Donald Trump and his allies are seeking voter data from various states and have requested access to inspect voting equipment. They cite concerns regarding election officials and the integrity of the electoral system. Oh, they keep going on with this nonsense. Of course, this is what we can expect from the twice impeached, criminally convicted felon-in-chief, Donald Trump, who continues to lie about him losing in 2020 to Joe Biden. Dude, suck it up. You actually lost. In Colorado, a White House consultant asked Weld County clerks to allow federal officials or a third party to examine voting machines. Republican election clerk Carly Copps denied the request. Separately, the Justice Department requested copies of voter rolls from 9 states, and at least 2 states complied with their request. Joining us now is Robert Weiner, director of the Voting Rights Project at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Robert, what the hell is going on here?
Well, what's going on is a concerted effort to undermine public confidence in and the integrity of our voting system. The fact is that the problems with our voting system really relate to who's excluded, not who's included. We don't have a fraud problem of any significance. We don't have a problem with non-citizen voting. This is an effort to undermine confidence in the election. For what purpose? You can figure that out. You know what he's going to do come November, and he's well on the way.
Well, what's so crazy about this is that you've got Republican secretaries of state who said, no, there were no issues with the voting, and they don't care about that. And all of these different states, Texas and Georgia and others, begin to change their procedures after 2020. And it just goes to show you just how insane they are about constantly raising this particular point. And it just literally makes no sense whatsoever.
You know, it's important to remember that back in December of 2020, Trump had drafted an executive order to seize voting machines. And, you know, adult supervision prevailed then and it didn't happen. But I don't think any of us has confidence that adult supervision is going to prevail now. And, you know, the executive order he issued really goes after voting machines. And we've established that voting machines are not a problem, that they have integrity, they work, it's not an issue.
Well, listen, it seems like this is a constant fishing expedition on their part, and they keep trying to bring it up over and over and over again.
Well, we just need to get the message out to the public that this is not something they have to worry about, that our electoral system, whatever issues it has, it is reliable, and the effort to undermine confidence in it should not take hold. It is really not a problem that we have to deal with.
All right, Robert, we certainly appreciate it. Keep up the good work. We'll keep pressing this issue as well.
Good. Thank you very much. Keep on plugging.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Again, folks, I need us to understand what we're dealing with and the kind of people we are dealing with. We're talking about Republicans here who are trying all they can to sow seeds of doubt in everything. And again, the dude can't stand the fact that he lost. I mean, he lost. And so all they do is complain over and over again. And this is 5 years later. I mean, even after winning again in 2024, it's just the whining and the complaining, and it's over. And that's all you see coming from Trump and the Republicans. It's just one thing after another. This is what they do. And again, they want to target blue states. And frankly, look, I'm with these folks. I don't trust these people at all. I don't trust them at all. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust this Trump Department of Justice. These people will do all they can to muck up these elections. That's what they'll do. So I'm just letting you know, I don't trust them at all. I want to bring my panel, Joy Cheney, founder of Joy Strategies out of Washington, D.C., Rebecca Carruthers, president, CEO, Fair Election Center out of D.C., Kendall Brown, content creator out of Wichita, Kansas. Glad to have all three of y'all here. Rebecca, we go through this over and over and over again with these nutcases, and it never ceases.
Absolutely, Roland. If Republicans actually want to make sure that we have integrity as millions of Americans go
All right, I'm
go
back.
to
I
vote,
was having tech difficulties.
then they need to support the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, which has been introduced every year. It's going to be introduced in the next coming weeks. It's an opportunity for them to look for ways to strengthen the voting processes in this country, making sure that every person who is eligible to vote and who wants to vote and participate in the elections are able to do so. It's very simple. They could do this through legislation. The Supreme Court even asked the Congress to act, and that was the justification for rolling back parts of the Voting Rights Act that the Supreme Court did. They said, hey, Congress, actually, we're going to kick it back to you. You need to do a legislative fix. So there is a legislative fix that Republicans could sign on to. They could contact Senator John Warnock. They could contact if they were actually interested in making sure that our rules are current, that our rules are good. But one thing I would tell all of the viewers is going into the 2026 elections, we need as many folks as possible to show up to vote. Because if we're seeing that this administration is trying to meddle into the integrity of the elections, the only way to overcome that is if we have so many people, overwhelming number of people of good conscience who show up to the polls.
Absolutely. Joy.
No, I mean, that's, but Rebecca is right. And let me just say, this is serious business, but I'm going to have to acknowledge my link sister, my Sora, look really beautiful tonight. It's good to be on with you. What she said is right. I remember when we won, I think it was when Barack Obama won the second time. One of the things that people said is we went to the polls not just for him, but for ourselves, because they had attacked the right to vote. And they were threatening our ability to go to the polls. And so this time we must overwhelm them with it. Do not worry about whether or not your vote is going to count. Don't let lawyers worry about that. You just have to show up and be careful about trying to, doing things that would depress the vote by making people think it doesn't matter if you do go to the polls. You must go, no matter what they do. If they say bring ID, you bring ID. You have to instruct your people around you to do the same. They are trying to take your vote. They are trying to scare you. One of the tactics is if they scare people and they people think their vote won't count or it's a fait accompli, there's nothing they can do about it, then you won't vote. Don't do it. Challenge them. Go to the vote. If they're going to steal it, they're going to have to steal it in front of our faces, and they're going to have to do it and face a lawsuit. Don't stay home and make it easy on them. But yeah, data is part of it. I think that we have a real problem on our hands, an authoritarian state. We've been talking about it. It's time for lawsuits. It's time for lawyers, and we're going to have to fight back.
Kendall, but the thing is, we know they want to rig the election. We know what they want to do. We know the games they're trying to play, and they can't be trusted.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it is particularly of note that, the state that they're most heavily attacking and trying to get this data and get a hold of their voting machines is Colorado. While most people think of Colorado at this point as being blue, it wasn't that long ago that it was much more of a swing state. And it has multiple statewide offices that are have no incumbent. It'll have 8 House seats. It'll have a Senate seat, like a massive number of seats. It's very obvious by him targeting this. His goal is to, like she said, suppress the vote, get people freaked out enough to comply in advance. And if they can do that, they can take over, not only protect their majority in Congress, but also take over some key state level positions in multiple states. And so I think it is of the utmost importance that everyone vote all the way down the ballot in 2026. If it wasn't important, he wouldn't be doing this.
And again, what people need to understand what's going on here, They are absolutely desperate to control the House. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to pick off as many House seats as possible because they are afraid they're going to lose 8 to 10 races. And so if they can gerrymander seats in Texas, in Ohio, in North Carolina, some other places, they're trying to protect losing 8 to 10. That's what's going on. And so I don't trust anything that they do because it's all about them trying to hold on to the House in 2026. Going to a
Roland,
quick break. We come back. We're going to talk about a number. Okay, about 20 seconds real quick.
We can also expect them to try to do immigration things at the polls right now to scare anyone who, is obviously a citizen, but who might be trying to vote, and they're going to try to say, if you're voting, we might do things to your families. We can expect that.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.